Are you looking for a way to spice up your social media stories? Today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks that you may or may not know about that are going to take your stories from blah and boring to exciting audience enticers. Hey guys, it's Laura from Laura Milroy Media. If you are a small business, then you need to be a lifelong learner. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to get all of my free training and videos posted every Wednesday and Sunday. All right, I'm just going to dive right in. One thing we want to remember is that stories are temporary. They only last for 24 hours unless you're saving them on your highlights. So using stories to promote your latest post actually helps drive traffic to your post, but your post is going to remain there longer and have a longer lifespan on your account than necessarily your stories. However, people are really into stories right now. They like watching these videos. It's a form of entertainment these days. So we want to make sure that we're using our stories, which are a temporary form of like entertainment and education, to drive traffic to our permanent page. This way, if they're checking out your post, Instagram's going to see that they're engaged and like excited to spend time on your account, and they're going to push out your content to the people who are checking out your posts and stories more. So we want to make sure that they're engaging on all aspects of your account, so that your ideal audience is spending time there and learning about your business and becoming loyal, lifelong customers. One way to get more attention to your stories, specifically the one that you are posting about, is to use hashtags. So traditionally, we use hashtags as a form of search terms. So if people are searching for specific hashtags, we want to use what your ideal audience is searching for when they search for hashtags and use them on your post. And in my other video, I do mention how we want to use hashtags of varying sizes, and often the smaller your account is, the smaller you want to use your hashtags. However, for stories, we actually have the ability to use larger, broader term hashtags to drive traffic to your story. And the reason that is because not a lot of people are actually searching for hashtags for stories, if that makes sense. When they search for hashtags on the Explore page, they're looking at the post below. They're not looking at the story circle up top. However, if you do hit that story button, you will see stories with those hashtags. It's just at the moment, not a lot of people know that they can see that. And when you search for hashtags on the Explore page, you see all the posts below, so automatically your eye is drawn down instead of to the little circle up top, and so people don't often click on it. But what that means is you can actually use larger hashtags that I actually don't recommend that you use for posts, but you can use them on stories. Now, one thing is that people don't really like to see hashtags on stories. It kind of clutters up your feed. So what you can do is put a few hashtags on your story, specifically the ones that are promoting a certain post, and then you cover it with a GIF. This way, Instagram is categorizing it. You'll show up in the search, but it's not going to bother your audience. So you may not get a lot of traffic from this, but if you hit that right hashtag at the right time, you could get a lot more eyes on your story. So I do recommend doing this when you're sharing your post on your story. So next is what I call the magic eraser. Do you guys remember when you were younger and you were in kindergarten and you were doing this like fun craft where you color a page with a bunch of different colored crayons or markers or pencil crayons, and then you would take a black marker and you would like cover the whole thing, and you would take a penny or something sharp and you could like carve out a drawing on the black marker so that all the like bright colors show through from your previous picture? That can't just be me that remembers that. So much like that, one of the things you can do to entice people to go to your post or to some content, or if you want to like tease some content before you actually show it to everybody, is you can use a magic eraser tool. So when you upload a photo to your story, you can cover it with a black screen and then take the eraser, and you can adjust the size of the eraser on the side. So you can do your own like handwriting or text, or you can do big block letters if you want to make it thicker. And what you can do is you can just like, you can write something in there, you can draw a little picture, and then this way it gives a sneak peek to what the picture is without actually posting the whole picture. It's like a little teaser. It's just like a fun little feature that you can use on stories to kind of keep things exciting. So the next thing is what I call a glowing emoji. Now, this is kind of like a funny little thing, and I'm not sure how often you'll use this, but it's again a nice way to add, like, I don't know, a branded element to your stories. So what you do is you go into your story, and whether it's like video or a photo that you're posting, it doesn't really matter. You go to the text icon and you choose your emoji, and then you change the font to the neon font. And what this does is just adds a little glow around the emoji, and it sort of gives a little element of excitement or something a little bit different that you might not otherwise see on your stories. So this is really good if you're posting it on like a dark photo or something with high contrast. You know, like if you're posting like a photo that's at night, you can take like a star emoji, change it to neon, and it has like little glowing stars. Anyways, it's just like a fun little like artistic detail that you might be able to add to your stories that sort of differentiates you from like other people. This is one that I actually haven't seen posted anywhere on anybody else's like tips, so I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about it. My fourth tip is really just to help you sort of like stay branded. A lot of the times as a business, we spend a lot of time like considering the aesthetic of our branding. And while branding is not just all about like logos and fonts and colors, we do want to make sure that when we are putting the time and effort into creating graphics, sharing stuff on social media, that we are trying to kind of like stay consistent. So it's really difficult when we're like posting stuff to like Instagram and we feel like we can't change the colors. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I find that really annoying. So one of the things that I've just discovered is that you can change the color of your stickers. Now, what I mean by sticker are the like little poll options, the ask me a question option, the yes or no option, all of that kind of stuff. Like, you can actually change the color of that to like your question stickers to a branded color. So what you do is you go into the app and you pick your sticker, write out a little question, and then at the bottom you can just like pick a color. However, if the color that you want isn't listed on the like little list of colors that they have at the bottom, you can go to the little eyedropper icon and you can just like scroll through the like color spectrum and find your color. Now, one thing I would absolutely love is if Instagram would let you like insert a hex code so you can have like an exact match. At this point, that is not the case, so you'll probably have to eyeball it, but it's better than nothing. So if you're looking for a way to like keep your branding consistent, make sure that your like aesthetic feel is like consistent throughout your stories and your posts and all of that stuff, it's just a nice way to like add your color into it. So as small businesses, it's really nice to be able to differentiate ourselves on stories because everyone's using them right now and you really want to make sure that yours stand out. So if you're finding any of these tips helpful, please let me know below. I want to know that I'm on the right track about the kind of content that I'm giving you guys. So far, my tips have been pretty easy things that you can do in the app. However, I just want to give you a couple of apps that you might be able to use to just be a little bit more dynamic in some of the like content that you're sharing and some of the stuff that you're doing. So one app that is very popular amongst like the bloggers is an app called Unfold. Unfold lets you include video or photos sort of like in the middle of the picture and create like a dynamic collage of some sort using different fonts that aren't accessible on Instagram if you build it in the app, and like some other photos and a few different effects. So if you've ever seen some stories like this is Unfold. They look really cool, they look really sleek, they look really professional, and they're just a fun way of creating another level of like visual interest to your stories. So if you want to create something a little bit more curated or a little bit more professional looking, Unfold is a really great app. However, I've also just discovered an app called InStories. I find InStories really great for Instagram stories because it's got some moving pieces. So they're like little videos and they're already like pre-structured, so all you have to do is drag and drop your content in there. It's a little bit animated, it's got a little bit of movement in there, so it really draws the eye and really stands out from like the other stories that are out there. Anything animated right now is really popular because it's a moving piece that draws the eye and keeps the attention of your viewer. So if you know of any apps that include these sort of like animation pieces, I would love to hear about them from you. Please comment below so that I can see them and try them out myself and then let everybody else know about them. So I hope this was helpful to you. I know that you can kind of get lost in stories stories, and everyone sort of seems like they've got the same kind of content. And really, in the end, as a small business, the value that you give your audience is going to be in what you're talking about and talking about your business and being passionate about it. So you really want to stay true to that in order to capture the attention and loyalty of your audience. However, while capturing the loyalty and attention of your audience, it's nice to do it in like a branded way that's a little bit different from everyone else. So I hope these tips are able to inspire you to do something a little bit different, kind of get outside the box a little and try a few new things for your business. If you want more insider tips and tricks like this, please join my email list. Just click the link below in the description. That's where I send all of my exclusive content, and I've got some really exciting things coming up and you are not going to want to miss them. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with all of your small business owner friends. They need help too. I hope you'll stay tuned for the next episode, and in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing, and keep your audience coming back. Have a great day, guys.